Okay, we're charging at the brand new super fancy NRMA Border Village solar hybrid charger, and we're getting 42 kilowatts at 90%. That's pretty damn good. It's 350 k's to Caiguna. There's 3 chargers in between there, but they're all questionable, possibly 10 to 20 kilowatts. So we're definitely going to have to stop and do a little bit of a top up. It just went down to 34. All right, so it's saying if we get there 10% after charging, oh my god, and this is where we start getting a bit, when we don't have rapid charges every 200 k's, that's when it starts getting a bit challenging and fun. And yeah, already at 91, charging pretty good. So we get to Caiguna about lunchtime, 4 hours and 30 minutes. That's with an hour's of charging at Madura. So we'll see how we go at the 22 kilowatts there. We're going to try all the chargers on the way, and we'll just stay here until we do the PlugShare and eat our last apples, and off we go. Okay, we just did the PlugShare. Check out this new charger. Awesome. So we're at the WA border. There's quite a lineup of cars and trucks here now. Bit of a traffic jam trying to get through. Oh no. Twiggy. Alright, and this is the SynXL NRMA solar hybrid charger. So we were getting 42 kilowatts at the beginning. And now I'm charging to 100. 300 and something 80 k's to Caiguna, and we'll get on to 400, so we could scrape through. We're down to 8 kilowatts now, which is pretty similar to what we'd get at some of the super slow ones, so we'll see how we go. Okay, we made it through quarantine, had the car checked, the esky checked, had a bit of a chat about the new charger. The quarantine officer was a bit curious about it. So there's the quarantine, that's the actual WA border, and this is the old, sorry for zooming around, this is the old crossing. I think it's such a classic looking sign, isn't it? So nice. All right, we charged to 400 to 98, and which is about 400 k's. That's based on me doing 112 yesterday with a head, well, I don't know if there's a headwind. We've got a slight tailwind. Sorry about that. The car alarm goes off when Twiggy's in there. All right, so we've made it 400 k's, and the plan is to go to Madura Pass and charge there for 20 minutes. We might go to Mundrabilla and Cocklebiddy, and then the last one there is Caiguna, which is definitely working, and I think it's getting 30. So anyway, it's going to be a long, slow day, the start of a lot of long, slow days with no fast charging. That's the way. Okay, first WA network charger by Horizon Power. Synergy's much better than Horizon apparently, but anyway, it listed 50 when we rocked up, and it's slowly, very slowly ramped up to 26.9 after 5 minutes. So I mean, that's pretty damn good. We're on 86% anyway, so I mean, we don't really need to do this, but we're just going to do it for the PlugShare and to try them out. And I had to stop at the first one. So this is a massive truck stop, Mundrabilla Roadhouse. And we did the PlugShare, so we'll just muck around here for 5 minutes, do the socials, and splash and dash. Twiggy! Twiggy! Here she is. I'm a bit worried about snakes in this land, Twig. Okay? And the flies are here. We're in WA for sure with the flies. Hey! Hey, Twig! It's Flyland! Okay, we are at the next WA EV network charger. This one, supposedly, according to PlugShare, only gets 10 kilowatts. And that's looking like the case here. 10.7. It's also not really keeping time. Is that 3 minutes? Anyway, we've taken 0.6 kilowatt hours and still only 10 kilowatts, even though it said 50. There used to be a charger, like an AEVA crowd-funded charger there at the Shell station that gave about 25 or 50 kilowatts, I think. And then at some point, I think the biodiesel one was here as well. But yeah, so I mean, it says we can still make Cocklebiddy, Caiguna with 100 k's left to spare. So we're really just experimenting. At least there's mobile coverage here, I believe, whereas there wasn't at Mundrabilla. So it's just sitting right on 10 kilowatts. Very frustrating. Come on, Horizon. What's your problem? You put all this bloody infrastructure in, it's magnificent, and then you don't maintain it, or it's got issues. I just don't understand. Alright, let's do the PlugShare and socials and then go to the next one. The next one supposedly gets 20 and then Caiguna gets 30. So we've got from 0 to 10 to 20 to 30. Kind of like a synergy, except it's Horizon. Okay, I can't believe I didn't film. Usually when the drama happens, I stop filming. So let me go through it briefly because I am in a hurry. But when I drove past here Cocklebiddy and the Wedgetail Inn because I thought, oh, it's only 22 kilowatts. I'll get to Caiguna. Oh, there's go Karen.
Yeah.
Good job. I just gave you a donation because I've been chatting to Matt.
Oh,
You're a legend for doing what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
You want to go on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure.
So you're writing for endometriosis.
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, which is a bit of a mystery disease.
It sure is.
And so your partner suffers from it, unfortunately, and so you're trying to raise money riding from Perth to Sydney.
That's correct, yeah.
And I think you did 270 k's or something yesterday. Today was a bit harder because of the wind.
Yeah, so I did 270 yesterday. The wind was behind me, so I carried on. I was supposed to do 240 today, but because I added additional yesterday, today was only 160, but it was a painful 160.
Yeah.
Especially the last 5k, it just felt like eternity. I could see the roadhouse. I'm like, oh, we're there.
Yeah, just pushing into the wind.
Yeah, pushing in, and it's getting windier, so I'm glad I made it now.
Yeah, I think the wind's supposed to drop off, so you'll sleep well tonight.
I've been sleeping good every night. And I've been eating good too.
Awesome job. Well, I hope the rest of the trip goes safely.
Thank you
and that you raise a ton of money and that we get to the bottom of what's causing it and that your partner can get some relief from it.
My partner.
But it's for everyone else, true, right? I think Matt was saying that it's 1 in 7 or something. So
1 in 7 Australian women.
Yeah.
The other fact is it's 1 in 9
Oh, is it?
women.
Mini.
Yeah. That's Madura. Matt's been helping me film.
Yeah, cool. I'll have to follow your Facebook page and
Yep.
I scanned the QR code and...
Yeah, what's your name?
My name's Stan from Kangaroo Island.
Perfect. Nice to
Yeah,
meet
I drive my electric car around the country
I love
trying to
this
raise
one,
awareness.
so
Yeah, I love it very much.
I swear if I could afford one, I'd be one of them.
They're coming down in price. You want to buy that one? I just bought a new one, so I'm selling it.
I probably have to sell all my bikes.
For $40,000 you can have it. What was I going to say? Yeah, so today's been challenging because this is all off grid and the charger at Caiguna was broken.
Yep.
So I had to backtrack here. And this is a slow and medium one, so I've been sitting here for 2 hours.
No way. So how long does that take to charge?
At a fast charger, about 20 minutes.
And that gets you 80% or so? Or 40?
Yeah, from about 20 to 80. I try and keep it between those
Okay.
things. And then it gets about 400 to 500 Ks depending how fast I go.
Right. Oh, and does wind affect it as
Yes.
well? Like say
So I've got a tailwind now because I'm heading that way.
So you're going to Caiguna now?
Yeah, Balladonia. I'll spend the night.
Okay, so you're going to take off now and drive to Balladonia?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
In your eyes.
Yeah, well, I better get going. Oh yeah, so the one at let me see, the one at Madura was only giving 10 kilowatts, which is very slow, and then the other one at Mundrabilla, which is near the border, it crashed on me, so I just gave up on it. But that's because I charged at Border Village and it was working fine. But the charging in South Australia is a lot better. Here the problem is that it's off grid, so they all run off the generators.
Right, okay.
So there can be issues with them, but hey, that's part of it. And then when they break, I just charge at the plug it into the 15 amp where the caravans plug in, and that takes all night.
Okay, so it still seems like the network is in that, like we're not there.
In the cities, everywhere else other than this extreme remote areas, which, you know, is only like whatever 5%.
Yep.
95% of it, it's really good. So there's charges every 200 Ks.
Right, okay.
So this car has 400k range. So if one's broken, I can always get to the next one. So.
Well, I was quite impressed by the cell phone reception so far as well.
Yeah, it
like,
gets a bit more
spotty at parts. But
my car runs on Optus.
Oh yeah.
So I have to hotspot to my Telstra phone. So
I've got a Telstra East for this trip.
All right. Well, you get some rest.
Yep.
Keep up the good work, and I'll follow you on your Facebook page.
Cheers, and I'll follow you back on your YouTube.
Yeah, Kangaroo Island TV.
Perfect. Done.
All right, mate.
Good to meet you.
Thank you, Karen. It's Karen, right?
Karan.
Karan. Very cool. All right. Have a good trip. Safe travels.
You too.
That was nice. And here are the wedgies. I'm assuming they are rescue birds. 2 wedgies at the Wedge Tail Inn. Look at them just chilling there. Chillaxing. Anyway, so I was going through it all. This is going to be a longer video, I guess. Caiguna was broken because of the generator issues, and so I came back 60 Ks, arrived here with 14%, charged to 80, took about 2 hours. Now going to Balladonia, spend the night there. That's 2.5 hours away. I won't be driving in the night, but I'll be driving into the sun. So anyway, I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching. Good morning from Balladonia. I think the last time I recorded was at the Wedge Tail after all that drama and having to backtrack. So yeah, it seems that whenever the S hits the fan, I stop videoing because I panic, but that's what makes good content. So I just remember always video. So we left the Wedge Tail at about 4 o'clock or 4:30. And even though we gained 45 minutes, we were driving right into the sun along the straightest stretch, which starts just after Caiguna. So we charged to 80 at Wedge Tail. I think it was 80. And then we made it to Balladonia with 23. So easily made it. And then we camped here. We checked the new charger, which is just there. You can see it in the distance there, just at the edge of the campground. New solar hybrid charger. Appears to be working. I didn't use it because I used the 15 amp D charger. So what else can I say? Yeah, we just rocked in here right on dark. We were driving the longest stretch, the 90-mile stretch from Caiguna to Balladonia, right as the sun was setting due west, which is the same as when I drove on the lap. So a bit annoying, but I could hardly see anything, but we made it at least, just right on dark. These are very expensive campgrounds, $50, but it included a free charge. So I guess that sweetens the deal a bit. And we're at 73%. So we went from 23 to 73 overnight from like 7 till 7 basically. So 12 hours you get 50. I think that's right if my maths are okay. Most important passengers ready to go. Most important passenger. And today we're going to Kalgoorlie, which is only 400 Ks, so just a short drive. We'll be there early afternoon, I reckon. Might try and find somewhere nice to stay, or just might actually pitch the tent for the first time, because we're going to need to do that to make sure it works. And yeah, super cool. Excuse fingers. All right, well, thanks for watching our epic adventure. Sorry I didn't record the full thing yesterday. I didn't actually upload videos yesterday either. Getting a bit slack, so I'll do that tonight, this afternoon tonight, because I'll have a few hours at Kalgoorlie, not just driving point to point in a big rush. And from here it gets a bit cruisier, although a lot hotter, and a lot more 15 amp and a lot less DC. So hang on for an adventure. See you in Norseman. That's the next charging spot, so we'll charge there. See ya. Well, here's one for the books. 5 minutes out of Norseman, I get pulled over. This cop goes going the other direction, immediately flips a bish, puts his lights on and pulls me over. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the first time I've ever been pulled over on all my road tripping. I wasn't even speeding, and he says, oh look, don't worry, you weren't speeding, but we've been tracking you since Cocklebiddy on the roadside cameras, and you didn't pay for the car charge at the Wedgetail Inn. So I did ask the employee, how do I pay? And it was his first day apparently, and he just shrugged and said, I don't know. And so I was in a rush, as you know, and just kept going. I didn't film the cop pulling me over, but he let me take a picture. So I'll put that in the video here. Anyway, the cop was actually quite nice. We had a chat, and we've charged here at Norseman, and we arrived with 27. We charged to 80. I think it's less than 200 to to Kalgoorlie, different mining town. And yeah, so that was a bit of another bit of a crazy story for me to have on my road trips. It was not nice seeing those flashing lights behind me. First time I've been pulled over, but yeah, called Mel, the manager, paid the $25, and I'm no longer wanted by the law. Twiggy, you're no longer wanted by the law. It's all good. It was a hugely funny experience. Western Australian Police Force doing their job. It's interesting that they track you on the roadside cameras. He said they actually have quite a lot of fuel and dashes, sometimes for hundreds of dollars. But mine was just a pesky $25. So yeah, funny story for the day. We charged up here to 80. This actually Horizon charger works great because it's on grid power. You know, that's the thing. It's the off-grid power that off-grid chargers are the one that cause the problems. So yeah, excuse fingers. That's my funny story. Getting pulled over by the cops at Norseman for not paying my electric charging bill. Funny times, a story to tell the next generation. Thanks for watching. They put Paddy Hannon's head back on. Someone stole it, but it's back on. And here's the main street of Kalgoorlie, Hannon Street. Let's go for a short walk and see what we can see. Check out the view. Here's one of the old mine head shafts. And we're on top of Mount Charlotte, I think it's called, Mount Charlotte Reservoir. There's the main street with the big tower. There it is. Kalgoorlie. Main street of Kalgoorlie, Hannon Street. Check out all the old buildings. Retro, you can tell this town's been here for a long time. Very cool. Old retro late 1800s buildings would be my guess. Yeah, not a guess, it says 1898, so there you go. I was correct, and look at that. Butchers, wholesale and retail. Criterion Hotel. Look, it's the Kalgoorlie Miner. I could get a job at Kalgoorlie at the newspaper if it's still open. It kind of looks open. The Miner and Western Argus offices. Wow. The Kalgoorlie Miner. Well, that was disappointing. It didn't happen for some reason. It all went quiet and then suddenly it all started happening again. So we'll probably never know why it didn't happen. But it didn't happen. Everyone's gone back to work. We'll save it for another day. We'll just have to come back before 2035 when they're going to close the whole thing down. Excellent Rogan Josh, excellent Rogan Josh from the Golden Spoon.